Here are some rare photos that may blow your mind. Here's a family arriving at Ellis Island in order to start a new life in America in 1910. This is Marilyn Monroe walking between the backs of houses in Beverly Hills. Fun fact, illuminated tires were developed by Goodyear in 1961, but would never end up being mass-produced. Here's a woman cleaning a train in Clinton, Iowa circa 1943. Here are teenagers waiting to get paid for cotton picking in 1939 in Mississippi. This was the legendary actor Charlie Chaplin sitting with Anna Pavlova in 1922. This is a group portrait that was taken at a wedding in Norway during the year 1900. Here's what a milk delivery man looked like in the year 1950. Here's a couple dancing in the streets of New York City in 1979. This is what Niagara Falls looked like when it froze completely in 1911. This is a picture from the interior of a home of a low-income family living near Cincinnati, Ohio during the Great Depression. Here's a steam locomotive being transported across the Rio Grande River with a cable in New Mexico circa 1915. This is what Tokyo looked like in 1960, before there were any skyscrapers. Here are two women working as ice deliverers, carrying a large block of ice in September of 1918. Here we have a blatant act of cannibalism occurring on the subway. Here are women working and building aircrafts in the mid-1940s for World War II. This was a 6-year-old paperboy from 1910. The Shambles in York, pictured in 1900, is still one of the best preserved medieval shopping streets in Europe, dating back as far as the 13th century. Here's a French woman pouring cider for a British Bren gunner in France in August of 1944. Here we have a gentleman posing for a photo with his bronze-tip walking cane during the year 1907. Here's a woman protesting wealth inequality in North Carolina during the 1930s. Did you know that there used to be drive-through photo development kiosks? This was Linda Carter, following her win of the title of Miss World in 1972. But before she became Wonder Woman, here's an unknown young lady posing in the forest during the early 1900s. This is a Kodachrome shot of a Florida woman picking flowers in the 1940s. This is what Long Beach, California, looked like in the year 1910. Here's actress, violinist, and model Jane Mansfield watching a football game in October of 1959. This was the fishing boat called New England, absolutely covered in ice, in British Columbia circa 1916. Here's Alfred Hitchcock getting inspired in the River Thames during the 1960s. Here's a group of women working in the railroad yards at lunchtime in 1943.